Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronline Report. Today's guest, you know him very well. He was the very first men's physique Olympia champion. He is now training for his Classic Physique debut. Please welcome Mark Anthony, all the way from Las Vegas. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing well, Ron. Yeah, thanks for having me on again.
Oh,
I hope
absolutely.
your family and everyone are keeping well and healthy over there.
Yeah, you too. I mean, we are all in this together. I've never seen anything in my lifetime where doesn't matter who you're talking to in the world, we're all going through a similar situation. It's insane, but it's kind of, I mean, at least you don't see someone like, oh man, well they're not all locked up. They can do whatever they want. No, it's everybody. So
It's everyone, man, and it's like it's pretty serious. But I'm living over here in optimism and just kind of like rolling with the punches, doing what I can, and following the rules. Staying quarantined here with my dogs and my family. So just hoping that things get better soon in the world.
absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just saw you're in Las Vegas. I saw there was a debate, or there was a controversy that the mayor is talking about. He wants to open everything up, and the governor says, "Oh no, we can't. You're out of your mind. We can't open everything up yet." Because the pressure on these politicians, especially in places that really depend on crowds of people like Las Vegas does. I mean, the economy is shut down everywhere, but man, Las Vegas, whew, I can't imagine Las Vegas with the casinos are all shut down. Everything's shut down, right?
Yeah, man. Like,
Wow.
this is crazy. This is the first time that I've ever seen the strip like a ghost town.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
Like no
keeping the
traffic on the strip?
zero,
Wow.
zero. Yeah,
God.
zero. There's they're keeping the lights on most of the properties just for just to keep some sort of light in the city in general. Just to stay positive, and they're doing cool messages, like they're building like a big heart with all the rooms on the actual, like on the Win and the Encore. It's pretty cool, but I've never seen the strip like this. And like you mentioned, they're trying to avoid having big crowds, which our city really thrives on, is tourism and people coming from different countries or different parts of the country, just to avoid what's happening. So it's definitely something really, really different. But like you said, we're all in it together.
So let's see how this is. What's going on with you? Because the last time we spoke shortly after I had just seen you at this show, the Legion Fest out in Long Beach, and you were
Right.
just really starting a nice solid off season, planning to transition into your first Classic Physique show.
Right.
So I don't know what this quarantine's done to your plans, or what kind of progress were you making, and what's going on with you right now?
So last we spoke was right after I did the shoot for the cover of January issue of MD,
Yep.
which I was very pleased with. Hopefully, thanks you guys again, and
Oh,
Mr.
very nice.
Blackman.
It was a nice, very good
And
cover, man.
of course, my family at High Tech Pharma.
Yep.
So that was great. And then, like you said, we rolled right into a off season. I know last time I had prepped for like that photo shoot, so I had to cut down. And since then, my off season prep has been going very, very smooth. When I spoke to you last time, I think my weight was around like 209, or between
Yeah.
209 and 211. And now I'm walking around at 230 with showing abs.
Nice.
Not ripped by any means, but
Yeah.
keeping some condition. And I started working with a new coach by the name of Dorian Hamilton,
Mm.
based out in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. So I
Yep.
kind of went full circle back to my where I grew up in Canada. I have a really good relationship with Dorian. I like the things that he's doing over there with Pure Muscle and Fitness Gym, and he's smart, bright guy, and we have a lot of the same um, uh, philosophies on science and nutrition and stuff like that. So it's a good fit, and I feel like he's really like he's proud and really happy to be working with me, because he feels like he can bring out a better version of that I've ever brought on stage, especially for my Classic Physique debut.
Yeah. Now, does he work with you as far as the training and decide, helping you figure out where you need to add what aspects of muscle groups you really need to improve on too, or is he strictly
Right.
nutrition?
Yeah. So it's mostly nutrition, but he's looked at my physique, And we've kind of pinpointed areas that we want to bring up. Most definitely the hamstrings, and they have improved a lot in the past 3-4 months. Also, just overall thickness on my physique, just maintaining, my waist, keeping it nice and small. Just practicing the vacuums a lot, and keeping things really basic. And it's been I've been getting stronger. Just so far, everything's been going really good until this quarantine thing happened. And like I said, I know we're all taking a hit with it, but I was, getting some backdoor gym treatment, just because I have some, I know some good people out here in Vegas that own some gyms, and but even with that, training hasn't really been the same for the past month. I've been a little bit limited, but I'm doing my best. No excuses. Just rolling with the punches and staying optimistic.
Well, see, there's a lot of private gyms out there too, right? Personal training gyms that are
Yeah,
small, like studios. You don't
yeah.
know
Unfortunately,
you don't know anybody with one of those?
here's the thing. I do, but I just have to. A lot of the owners are kind of spooked. They're afraid they might get a fine or something like that. So,
Hmm.
um, a couple days a week here and there, I get the opportunity to go in when there's no one there and train. I've also started building a home gym in my garage. I picked
Oh,
up some lying hamstring curl, leg extension,
wow.
seated adductor, abductor, and a functional trainer with a dual cable pulley. So
Hmm.
doing some work here in the garage.
Oh.
I'm gonna add some more things to it, like a power rack and some bars and stuff like that. Just listen, all I need to do are the compound movements. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm good.
See, here's the dilemma. I think a lot of people in this situation, they're thinking, well, I'm going to spend all this money, drop, the setup you're just talking about. That's thousands of dollars right there. So people are
Right.
thinking, I'm going to do that now, and then what if the gyms open up in 2 weeks? I'll never use this crap again in my life. This is going
Right.
to. What do I sell it? I mean, are you worried about buying stuff now? Because I don't know. Is there an end in sight? My state hasn't said anything about opening up at all.
You know, like you mentioned earlier, the mayor is for opening up, and we were potentially going into that phase one, but the governor does not want to open up. So, the way I look at it is this: I'm sure it's going to be some time. So I need to prepare accordingly myself.
Mhm.
And I've been picking up some of these equipment like used. I have a broker out here who
Oh,
specializes in picking up equipment and stuff like that. He generally doesn't bring stuff to Vegas. He ships it out of country or out of town. But I asked him for specific pieces, and as they come, he's grabbing them for me. I've been looking online, and everything is marked up.
oh yeah.
But yeah, everything is crazy marked up. Dumbbell sets are like, standard going like $1 per pound. Now they're going like for $5 per pound.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
People got to people.
yeah, people are going crazy
Yeah, I saw 25-pound dumbbells, just two 25-pound dumbbells, $150 somebody wanted.
for the pair. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy,
Really,
man.
dude? Really? Dude, come on.
Yeah, and but you know what? On social media, on Instagram, I see some people with some really cool home gyms,
Yes.
and I feel like those people are definitely going to utilize it themselves and keep it around. Like, ultimately, I would like to have my own home gym, whether it's for clients or just for myself and
Oh,
Jennifer. So,
okay.
um,
That makes sense because you could
yeah,
actually make use of it you could train people out of there where it wouldn't be just like, oh man, I got to use this or else it's a waste of my money. You could actually, yeah, because like,
absolutely.
Jose Raymond's brother Tito, he's a trainer out in LA and
Yeah,
all the gyms are shut down, but he has all kinds of stuff. I guess he's got like two squat racks. He's got like doubles of everything in this giant garage of his. So yeah,
right.
this is a good idea for you. Average person might regret it, but I think you'll be okay. Um,
Yeah, I think so.
so
So
what will?
it was kind of an early start to like a home project that I wanted to do anyways.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So I feel like once the gym's open, everyone that's purchased all this stuff are gonna think like, I don't have room for this anymore, and just gonna want to get rid of it. So it'll probably be like a liquidating kind of
oh
situation.
dude,
So
yeah,
I'm gonna be patient.
yeah. I mean, do you have room for like multiple pieces, like hammer strength or something? If somebody want to get rid of that,
Yeah, I mean, I have a full 2-car garage, and
okay,
it can fit a lot of stuff in there. And next year I'm in the process of purchasing a home that's on a half acre, so I'll have a good size lot to set up.
That would do the gym as a separate little building. How cool would that be? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because here in Vegas, it almost looks like a shed, but it's like a big tent, okay?
Uh-huh.
And you can custom size it to, your lot or where you want to place it. So, it's very inexpensive. It's pretty much putting up like another garage, you
Oh,
know?
okay. Because
Yeah,
Jay Cutler, your good friend,
yeah.
when the last couple years he was living in Massachusetts, he had his own private gym on his property. I think it was
Property,
like
yep.
I don't know what they constructed, a barn or a freaking storage shed or something, but I guess everything, I never got to see it, but it sounded like it was a dream come true. It had like dumbbells up to 150 and squat rack, power,
Yeah,
everything in there. So, okay. I like this idea.
yeah.
I like this idea. I've got, if I can find one more piece to put this stupid thing together. My brother just gave me something, but it's missing like one piece to hold it all together. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
I'm a dumbass with putting shit together, and yeah,
yeah, me too, bro.
I'm not very handy at all. But what was your timeline as far as were you thinking of like this is going to be my off season until then, and then I'd like to do a show around this time of year? Did you have that goal already before all this stuff happened?
Right, yeah. So the goal before all this stuff happened was, from January on to have a good 6 to 8 months of, off season and see where my physique is and my weight is at that point, and potentially compete in a contest in October.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah,
October would be
everything is going as planned.
yeah.
So I mean, of course, I see myself every day, but people that are surrounding me, like Jennifer and Dorian, will tell me, my training partners are telling me that I'm improving, with my check-ins, and the shots are looking, there's a little bit more development, So
Yeah.
I really brought up my back, but and the hamstrings. So as long as I improve on the task at hand, the body parts that we want to,
Yeah.
um, and come in super shredded. So I'm happy with the progress, but of course, I always want to be better.
Right. Yeah, but it sounds like, because you had that long range plan where you weren't competing until the fall, this isn't really throwing you off too much because it sounds like you can make do with the equipment you have and you're getting more pieces. I don't think you're going to be at a disadvantage the way there's some people who as soon as shows start up again, they're in prep now and they're just like extending their prep. And as
Yeah,
soon as they get a date, it's like, okay, finally, now I can do a show. And
right.
I would not want to be in that spot because man, can you imagine being in prep, not even knowing when your
Well, here,
prep is when's my show? I don't know.
here's the thing. I have about 6 clients
Hmm.
that are in limbo right now,
Oh,
and I'm just following up with them daily just to keep them encouraged and motivated, because they feel like they're preparing aimlessly now.
all right.
And it's kind of hard for me to say, to drill them and be like, you got to stay on your diet, and we don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I have to lead by example and say, hey, listen, I'm in the off season. I'm still on my diet.
Yeah.
So yeah, just it's been a little trivial because people are hungry. They've been prepping for 4 or 5 months, and they're ready to get it on. But I've adjusted and modified everyone's diets and workout routines if they have to do them at home. You know,
Hmm.
um, give them some refeeds and stuff like that. So, listen, we just got to get the job done with the
Yeah.
tools that we have.
Yeah. Were any of these clients were any of their show dates already passed? Like they would have already competed by now?
Oh yeah, all of them.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
man. Oh
yeah.
geez.
So, and then I have a few that we're going to be doing the Jay Cutler Classic here, Desert Classic here in Vegas, and that hasn't. It was supposed to be Easter weekend.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Has he
they moved.
rescheduled?
It's rescheduled for, I believe, in July.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope shows are happening by July. I mean, if they're not happening by July, what are we going to
Right.
do? We're going to have every show in like October, November, December or something?
You know, I feel like the NPC and the IFBB Pro League have been doing a really good job with keeping all of us and all the athletes kind of updated. They've been pretty prompt and honest, with potentially what could happen. Believe me, they want to have the shows,
Of course, of
and and
course.
and all these promoters and everyone are taking kind of a hit and a loss because they had to secure the venues and had sponsors all invest money into all these dates and contests, and everyone's kind of like so shout out to the NPC and the IFBB Pro League, Mr. Jim Mannion and Tyler Mannion for keeping everybody calm and you know letting them know that it's going to happen. It's just everyone they're waiting to get the kind of like the green flag, the green light as well.
Yeah. It's we are seeing a couple states opening up. Like tomorrow, I think Georgia and I want to say Tennessee is opening up tomorrow. They're starting phase one.
Oh,
And
good.
I'm kind of glad that all the states aren't opening up at once because we kind of need to see what happens if you
Absolutely.
open up right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I don't wish anyone ill, of course, but we're watching. We're going to see what's going on. Is there going to be a massive wave of infection when these people are
Right.
all back out in public together or not? You
Right.
know. Hmm. Have you known anyone personally who's been affected, either had the virus or lost anyone? Because I'm already talking. Everyone I know knows somebody now that either has it. Like I've got in-laws that have it right now. They'll be
Oh,
okay. They're young and healthy. They're going to be okay. But yeah, have you had any dealings with it yet? The virus?
I don't know anyone specifically that have had it or have it. A friend of mine actually told me that he thinks that him and his wife and his kids had it in like November.
Wow,
You know,
November.
yeah, November, because all the symptoms that are being put out, he feels like that's what they had. And he said they were ill for like a month, you know,
Hmm.
until they really fought it off.
Hmm.
So you know, inevitably, a lot of people are going to, even when they open up, some states are, it's, the virus is going to continue to get people ill,
Of course.
So now that we're getting more information and more educated on what's happening, I feel like it is important to stay home and be quarantined. Um, just following the rules. I'm not really listening to the media. I'm kind of like paying
Hmm.
attention to like what scientists and people are saying,
Yeah.
um, in that aspect. But this thing is for real, man. So
Yeah. If you're on Facebook, everybody on Facebook is like a scientist now. There's a lot of
right,
amateur COVID experts out there posting on Facebook every day, and it's right. It will drive you insane if you're on there reading these posts because you hear stuff like, "Oh, just breathing in steam is going to kill the virus." Oh, the dumbest, the most ridiculous stuff. I
right,
don't want to make this all about the COVID, but we can't all stay locked up until a vaccine. A vaccine's like a year away minimum.
right,
So we have if we keep the economy closed for that long, it's going to be like The Walking Dead. It's going to be a post-apocalyptic wasteland out there. We're not going to have anything to come back to. So unfortunately, I think
right,
we're all going to have to get the virus. I don't say that like we should, but I
right,
think that's unfortunately what's going to happen. Because what are you going
right.
to do?
And for us to build resistance to it, unfortunately, people are going to get ill,
Right.
and I feel like this is a good time for people to really reassess how they live their lives
Mhm.
and to become healthier. You know, take care of themselves to build a strong immune system and just be more mindful of how they live. Right.
Well, you look at they came out with a study or a study. They came out with the results. The scientists saying the three highest risk factors are obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure, and those can all be controlled with diet and exercise. So
Absolutely.
if all these people wake up and say, maybe if I lost 50 pounds, maybe if I stopped eating bacon 6 times a day, maybe if I stopped drinking a 2 liter of Mountain Dew every day,
Right.
I could bring my risk factor down because that is in your control. We
Right.
can't control everything about the way our bodies, but these are things that are, someone like yourself is you're a professional getting people in shape and getting people healthier. You know,
Right.
you're on the front line of getting this message out. Um,
Right. Absolutely. And even with my clients, prior to this happening, a big part of my program is, before nutrition or with nutrition is, vitamin supplementation.
Mm.
When you're training like this and you're working full time and you potentially have kids or a family, you're putting your immune system at risk. And we need a little bit of extra vitamin C, vitamin D, these type of things. So essential fatty acids and um, just adding more to our supplement protocol.
Well,
You know,
you got your high tech shirt on. What are some high tech family supplements that people could get a hold of that would potentially help them boost their immune system and
so
strengthen
yeah,
themselves?
so funny that you brought that up, but high tech pharma actually was already in the development stages of launching a wellness line,
Hmm.
and they have pretty much every vitamin you can think of under the high tech brand now.
Hmm.
You know, from turmeric to melatonin to zinc lozenges to
Yeah.
vitamin C, ashwagandha. Um, what else? Yeah, just
Those zinc lozenges are selling like hotcakes right now. Everybody
yeah,
wants zinc lozenges.
yeah. So they're doing really well with the sales aspect of the wellness stuff. Um, Hopefully, people start using these things more routinely and not just when there's an issue, right?
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been popping those like crazy. I just made my last order and it was pretty much all wellness products.
Yeah.
But overall, some of my favorite products are APS. Nutrition is one of our brands under the high tech umbrella, and I love using Mesomorph as my pre workout. Prime Nutrition, I use the Intra Elite for post training as my carb drink. I love the Huma Pro by another line called ALR Industries. I like the Huma Pro tablets. I use those in between my meals
Hmm.
just to load up on extra protein and amino acids.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, high tech is the family is like 12, is it 12 companies, 14 companies? I lose track sometimes. I think
Yeah,
it's,
I believe it's like I believe it's between 13 or 15. I should know that, right? But
well, I
um,
mean, it'll fluctuate as years, add company, lose a company, add another one. But still, that's pretty cool that you have access to 15 different company worth of products, you know.
yeah, it actually it is really I'm really fortunate to have that opportunity to use from their different brands,
Yeah.
and this way I feel like um, there's some things that I need more in other from the other companies, than the other, right? So,
Right, right. So, how has the quarantine changed your day-to-day life?
well, I'm definitely not leaving the house like I was, and I get to spend a whole lot more time with my dogs, which I'm very happy about, and they're happy about.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks because Jennifer is in Canada and the borders are closed.
What? Oh no.
Yeah, but she's there visiting our family, and she's preparing actually right now for the Tampa Pro.
Oh. I'm sorry. So did she
So
go up there before all this happened or what?
yeah, she went home to visit our family right before,
Oh,
and this happened. So
oh gosh.
um, yeah, me and the
Sorry,
pups
dude.
are missing,
Oh,
but we communicate pretty much all day via FaceTime and stuff like that. But just my workload has kind of decreased because I'm not physically training people in the gym.
yeah.
But I've been really spending a lot of time with my online clients, just following up with them and just going over programs. So I've allocated some time just to really give them that attention. Like I said, to keep them encouraged during this time, because a lot of them are just waiting to pull the trigger to get on stage. All the
Right.
shows that we plan to do, we have to kind of reassess that schedule now.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I've been cleaning my house a lot more.
Tampa's August. That should be okay.
Yeah.
Um, Geez, so I'm just thinking July shows like Chicago, Toronto. They canceled, unfortunately. I was so bummed about that. I thought maybe they
Unfortunately,
postponed it.
yeah,
Vancouver too. Vancouver got
yeah,
canceled for the year.
yeah.
But
They just the New York Pro has just been rescheduled for
yeah,
September, which is great. I know that the Masters Nationals in Pittsburgh is still on.
yeah.
Um, so
You
I
you were
think
at
you
the
can
you were at
A,
the
which
Arnold, weren't you? You were at the Arnold.
I was not at the Arnold.
Okay.
We were supposed to be at the Arnold, and then COVID had kind of hit hard then. So we said, you know what, let's pull the plug on that this year.
Smart, smart. Yeah. I think a lot of people actually got COVID in Columbus. I think I might have got it. I was sick for about a month after that. It probably was
Yeah,
COVID.
this is what I heard.
Yeah, because we're all the tough guys were still like, oh, I'm going to shake hands. I don't care. I'll wash my hands in like an hour or something. But
Right.
sure, we all got it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
happy you beat it if that was the case, you know?
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I'd have to get tested for antibodies, but I'm it now that I think back on it, it was not a regular cold. It was different.
Right.
Because that's the weird thing about this is different people. Some people, like my niece, has it right now, and she lost her taste and smell, those senses. I think they're starting to come back, but I know I just talked to someone else yesterday. I was at his house to pick up a curl bar and some weights and stuff, and he beat it. And he said, "No, I never lost my sense of taste or smell." And he had it. He tested positive, so it's not. It doesn't hit everyone exactly the same way. It's very strange.
Right. It's affecting everyone differently, right?
Yeah, this is like a movie, a bad
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you think about what's happening right now, this is some craziness, man.
Yeah.
You know?
If you
But
told any of us a year ago, here's what's going to happen in spring of 2020, like, shut up, that's
yeah,
ridiculous. It's
the
never
world
gonna
the world is shutting down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole world, like every country. Wow, because you're basically an American now because we have this attitude like nothing can happen to us, nothing can happen in America. This is America. You know?
Right. Well, here's the thing. In Canada, they're being a lot more strict with the quarantine than they are here in United States. Like my parents, when I communicate with them, and my brother, they're like, they're not even seeing each other. You know, like
Really?
everyone's literally seeing each other. And if you're out of the house, there's a lot of police kind
Huh.
of like, you know, keeping surrounding areas safe, and they'll pull you over and they'll ask you, like, do you guys have matching IDs? Because if you don't, you potentially get a fine.
Wow. Yeah. So
Yeah,
they're
big
they're
one
not
too.
they're supposed to be indoors unless they definitely have to be somewhere, like
Yeah,
essential
yeah.
workers.
As
Wow.
opposed to Vegas, I mean, there's a lot of cars on the road, and more so the past couple days because we thought we were going to phase one.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing, like when I go to the grocery, I see, there's a lot of. But you know what? I haven't been wearing masks or gloves or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just kind of get in and get out. I know what I'm getting, so and I'm washing my hands a little bit more often. But I'm a germaphobe already as it is. I'm pretty OCD about that kind of stuff. So nothing really changed to me. Like I mean, I bleach down the counters and wash my hands all the time, and so and
Man,
that.
if we could go back in time 4 months and get stock in toilet paper, Lysol wipes, masks, and gloves, whew, we'd be in a great spot right now.
Listen,
Or, or just
I
home
really,
home gym equipment.
you're right. I really, or home gym equipment. Yeah, I really didn't. I didn't understand the whole bathroom, toilet paper, tissue stuff.
Yeah,
People are fighting online over it and stuff like that. But
it's insane, because my wife works at Costco and my daughter works at a different Costco, so they got some tales to
oh,
tell of people
I'm
going,
sure. I'm sure they have some funny stories.
yeah, funny, scary, yeah, a lot of because I went there to get toilet paper the first wave of shopping because there's been different waves where people buy like enough to last them for 2 to 4 weeks, and then you can tell everyone's running out because the stores will. My wife will tell me it's quiet for like a couple weeks, and then everyone comes back because they ran out and they're like, there's no chicken
Right.
now, there's no toilet paper now, there's no paper towels, there's no this, is that. It's
Right.
funny watching our fellow humans and how they sort of cope with. It's not even disaster; it's like the threat of disaster. Man, we're
Yeah.
we're a paranoid people.
Yeah. Paranoid people. Some of the behavior that I was seeing, like just people not willing to help each other or share. Like I seen like a woman who had like a full basket full of cases of toilet paper, emptied the shelf, and I guess someone else wanted to have one, and they were fighting, physically fighting over it. It's
Yep.
just like
Yeah.
what's happening to humanity, man. Like people, come on. help
And
each other. You know, we're
that's why this can't go on for like another 6 months. It'll get bad. It'll be like,
yeah,
the Road Warrior, Mad Max or something, or one of those
for real.
post-apocalyptic movies with roving bands of
Yeah.
pirates and yeah.
Yeah.
Man, well, sounds like you're in a good spot. I mean, I'm sorry you're separated from Jennifer. I didn't know she was up in Canada where they won't let anybody in or out Canada, the U.S. right now. I think any country. I
Yeah,
don't think any country. I think any countries. I think all borders to every country are closed right now, pretty
I
much.
believe all international borders are closed.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. But
Yeah.
man, but as far as training, you're still getting your workouts in. It's not quite the same as your usual gym and everything, but
Yeah.
you
It's
do.
not quite the same. I mean, I get my best workouts, but like I said, when I go to the back door at a gym out here, thanks to Jay Cutler, him and I will be in there training, and it's just him and I. So that's when I get my heavier lifts, because my training program has completely changed, and it's not so much volume anymore. We're doing, some progressive overload and training as heavy as I can with failure, and that's really like, paying
Oh,
off
cool.
because I'm seeing it's putting a little bit of quality size on body parts for me.
Well, that's a good topic because are you 40? Did you turn 40 yet?
Yeah,
I know you look like you're 20, but I mean,
yeah. Thanks to some good Caribbean genetics that I still look a little bit younger, but I just turned 40 in November.
so my question is, are you training that way? Are you stronger now than you were when you were 20, 30 years old?
You know what? I'm pushing myself harder now than when I was in my 20s and 30s.
Hmm.
And I'm stronger. Yeah. I mean, some of the videos that I post, people are like, wow, you're pretty strong, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean,
So
is this the biggest you've ever been to, or no?
the biggest weight wise with this condition, yes. I've been a lot fatter, you know, at this weight and then had to diet down and, lose a bunch of body fat. But strategically, with the programming that Dorian has put together for me, yeah, this is my heaviest with this kind of condition.
Yeah. There's not many lifelong athletes that can say they're carrying more muscle mass at age 40 than they ever did in their life. It's usually a
Right,
kind of the downward slide has already started by then, unfortunately for
right,
most. So yeah,
right. Yeah, yeah. I have to thank God for good health, and my joints and everything are good. So no injuries, knock on wood.
you better knock
You
on wood.
know, I think I take my time warming up, and then really going to 2 or 3 heavy sets with failures. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, because I mean, you weren't at the Arnold, but you saw what a great lineup, man. The top three were spectacular.
Amazing.
Alex Cambronero, the winner, and Terrence Ruffin, man. The whole top 10 was good, but man, the top three, whew,
Listen,
spectacular.
all those guys have beautiful physiques, beautiful presentation. I personally have a relationship with Alex Caminero, so I'm really happy for him,
Yeah.
and where he's come in his career, because I feel like the guy is spectacular, and he's a lovely guy.
Yeah, and I've known him and his wife Maggie for a long time, and I'm glad to see
Great.
it because he's quiet. He doesn't hype himself up at all. Um, and man, that show was supposed to. It was Steve Lorius' show. Everybody,
Right.
all of us, me included, were all like, okay, well, there's your classic winner. Let's talk about some of the other divisions because it's not even worth talking about. It's art. Lorius is going to win, so whatever. But man, Alex brought it. He brought it, and he deserved that win.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless him.
I brought just a pretty physique, nice waist, and he was even better than he was in Pittsburgh when he won.
Yeah. And
So
Ruffin, man, keep an eye on Ruffin. That kid's going all the way up. Whew.
yeah, these guys are just the quality, and like I said, the presentation is so like incredible, like amazing condition, awesome posing. Like I'm really fascinated by this division, so I'm excited to be part of it.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we don't have to wait too long to see you up there. Let's hope the schedule gets back as to normal. And I don't know what show you're thinking of in October. Is it a secret? You're not gonna say? Or, no? Okay, don't
I
say.
there's definitely one particular show that I have my eyes and heart set on. So
Okay.
I feel like this is going to be, you know, the big one. And
Okay. Yeah, we're talking about the virus, and you know what?
We
Uh,
could talk. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I said I'm getting a little. I wouldn't say offended, but there's just a lot of like because there's nothing going on in the industry right now. People are just jumping on these feuds. Like this one's feuding with that one, and I'm like, oh God, really? And I'm not. I should probably jump in and make videos about it so I can get the clicks and views. But I'm like, "Ugh, really? This person talked shit about that person. And this one said that. I'd rather.
Hey, let's talk about that right now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Are you, are you recording?
yeah, I'm recording. You want to call anyone out?
No, I don't want to call anybody out, but what I want is I want to see our generation and what's happening now, especially with what's going on in the world, for people to start behaving like professionals
Mm,
and treating others with respect, whether they think this person is a good bodybuilder or not, you know,
mm,
because everyone's become a critic, you know,
yeah.
and it's
Huh.
like, I look at it like this: everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but it just seems like the people that are making a lot of noise online are the people that have done nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, cool, like you're Insta famous and you're making a lot of money now, but guess what, man? I feel like there's an expiration to that,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
and
If you,
like people just like disrespecting like other, bodybuilders, and some of the things that I read is just like, man,
yeah.
keep your negative comments to yourself. Like, I mean, so many people are they can't wait to see what I'm going to look like because they want
Mm.
to support me, and they're excited for me. But I feel like there's also the same amount of people that want to see me fail.
It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how good you are. There's always
Yeah,
going to be people who want to see everyone else fail because then that makes them feel like, oh, well, because it's always a reflection on the person making the comment to the person hating because it's people that were afraid to go after their dreams or didn't take the risk or didn't want to work hard enough. And to see anyone that's done those things and succeeded, it really hurts them because it makes them look at themselves and they don't want the pain of realizing I failed or I didn't live up to my potential. I didn't live the life I wanted to live. This person did, and I hate them for that. And I'm going to make them share my pain. I'm going to make them feel bad, and that's their goal. That's what they really want. Simple
that's
psychology.
exactly that's exactly what it is, and you know, I just can't wrap my head around something like that.
Yeah, well,
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I just feel like people, especially in our industry, our very small industry, just need to behave better. Like, be mindful of the things that you're saying, and now that social media is like an outlet for people to be brave stars, they're just on there just like firing, like,
well, it's gotten worse this quarantine because people have nothing to do, nothing. So they just sit there and screw with people all day, just hoping to get somebody pissed off,
is
somebody
is there
upset.
any is there any examples that or things that you've seen that you want to talk about?
No, I don't want to give them any. I don't want to give them any more fame than they already
Got you,
have.
got you.
Because I've been guilty of feeding the trolls way too many times. Like
Okay,
people
okay.
people talk shit about me, and I'll put them on blast and say, why you even give them the recognition? Yeah, that's what they wanted. Now you gave them what you wanted. You let them win, and I'm like, oh
Right.
man, damn, you're
Yeah.
right. Did it
I
again.
have I have to hear from my friends, like this person saying this about you online and that. I'm like, I don't pay attention,
Yeah.
to any of it. So, I mean, unless I don't care what people say about me, but if people say anything bad about Jennifer, then there's going to be problems,
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can call me a gremlin or a troll, whatever you want to call me, ugly, whatever. You talk
Yeah.
about my wife or my kids. Oh, no, 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 no,
Right.
no. You do not.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. Yeah, well that's it, man. I just want to make sure everything's going okay. The off season's progressing. Not ideally. We'd all love to be in our home gym, banging away every
Right.
day with our buddies, but we're doing what we got to do, and
Exactly.
we're all under the same situation, which is
Exactly.
it's kind of comforting in a way. It's like
Yeah.
at least this guy's at Gold. I don't have to see this guy's at Gold's Venice doing all the cool machines. Well, nobody is at Gold's Venice right now.
No one.
So
No one. Hey, listen, I got to give you guys a shout out, over at MD and Ron for, doing these interviews. I know you did one with Tyler Mannion just
yeah, yeah.
recently. you know, because this is the stuff that people want to see. They want to know what's happening, you know, like, and I personally appreciate you guys following up with me, seeing how I'm doing. So thank you guys once again for, you know, being so supportive.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for saying that. So yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing, Mark. Like all of us, you know, we're all doing the best we can, and
Yes,
let's
sir.
hope for the best. That's all we can do, right?
That's it. You know, and I encourage everyone out there just to stay optimistic and you know, just help each other, and you know, we'll get through it.
Yeah. And follow Mark, everybody, on Instagram, Mark Anthony Flex. That's easy enough to remember. Mark Anthony
Yes,
Flex. Cool,
yes,
man.
sir.
Not Mark with a C. That's the singer. This is MARK Anthony. Different guy.
That's
Guy.
right. Yeah.
They do look exactly alike, but no. That's kidding. You got about 100 pounds on that guy. So cool, man.
And he's
Thank
got
you.
about
Huh?
100 million more than I do in his account.
He was also married to Jennifer Lopez. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Nice. Ah, another Jennifer. Okay. So,
yeah.
well, man, wish you the best. Glad to hear everything's going okay out there, and I'll keep in touch. See how you're
Thanks,
doing.
brother. Yeah,
All right.
we'd love to be on here anytime with you. And again, thanks for the opportunity.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching Ronline Report with high tech athlete Mark Anthony. We'll see you next time.